It's a podcast. Welcome to episode 7 of the All You Can Hear podcast. I am, as always, one of your co-hosts, Tanner, and with me, as per usual, we have Colt.
I am Colt. I am here.
You done?
No.
We got Wenzel.
I have a cyst on my tongue.
We got ground beef Cody over there.
Yep.
And yeah.
Oh, we also have a guest.
Oh, I did. Okay, yeah.
Well, you
no,
want
go
to-
ahead. No.
Oh no, we
I
have a
didn't
guest in the studio. The studio, quote unquote.
Yeah, the studio
It's,
is full of fishing poles.
It's my girlfriend Abby. Yeah.
But today we're just going to talk about a little bit of E3. It's Sunday. We're recording later than usual. I say later than usual. We recorded on Thursdays twice.
Yeah.
We're recording on Sunday. Microsoft press conference just finished up, so we're going to talk about the EA press conference, the Microsoft press conference. But first, we're going to eat some nuts.
Eat some nuts, baby.
That's right. We've got some nuts. They look to be some sort of they're from Hawaii, first of all, and they are some sort of, like, I guess you would say travel treat or whatever they're
Tourist traps.
Yeah, like tourist trap type of nut, but they're the macadamia nuts, which apparently Hawaii is known for or something. I don't really know. And they were sent to us by one of our listeners, Brandon. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
listener.
you.
Thank you.
So we're gonna dig into these
Arigato.
nuts. And we got several kinds of nuts here.
Wow, you know Japanese, Wenzel?
Sushi. Tsunami.
Well, calm down.
Wow, now.
Toyota.
He was born in Japan.
Oh, they in cans.
These are actually in cans. This box of assorted Island Classic assortment.
That's neat.
The first one we got here is, and you can hear them in the can.
That was very nice. That was a very
Yeah.
good sound. Dude, we can be an ASMR podcast.
Oh, and if you want to continue to send us nuts, send it to P.O. Box 444.
We don't have a PO
Don't
box.
have a P.O.
listen to
box,
him.
so definitely don't do
look,
that.
they got little pull tabs. They got these
You
little
want to send me
cans,
some
little-
nuts?
Did we take a picture of these for?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we
Picture of them
should.
later. We can take a picture of the cans.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that was a nice pop. That was
Sorry. The cans will be totally full. Don't worry.
what flavor is that?
This is the honey roasted macadamia.
Hell yeah, push that shit. What?
I want to put the lid back on and pass it to you.
So yeah, we're eating Hawaii nuts
Honey
on the podcast.
roasted
Ooh, it smells good.
macadamias.
Oh,
Just be like pass them so we don't spend
Oh.
20 minutes on peanuts. Oh my god, these are huge.
I'll spend 29 minutes.
Oh. Why it tastes like fried chicken?
That's
Well,
an H.
She wants to try
These are the
some,
regular
she can.
dry
She
roasted.
doesn't want to.
Oh, okay.
Honey roasted, pretty good. I'm liking it. I don't know where Colt got the chicken from.
I'm telling you, it tastes like Bojangles
Cold.
fried chicken. Oh god.
It does not taste
Very
like
good.
Bojangles at all. Bojangles is Cajun. This was honey.
This is just like a regular
Yeah.
That honey roast
So,
is
yeah.
really good.
nut.
I didn't real. I guess I've never had macadamia nuts because I didn't
Like I've
realize
had
they
them
were.
in cookies.
they were
but
so
I've not
big.
had them in like all you can eat platform.
These
I
are some
can't-
good nuts.
Dude, if people that love people eating on podcasts,
Motherfucker.
they're gonna enjoy the first 10 minutes of this one. Can you just tear the box open?
I'm not tearing the box.
It's a nice box.
Back off.
We also have chocolate. I don't know if we're eating that on the podcast, but there's chocolate here.
It's really hard for me to
Oh
eat
yes. So we
because
sent,
there's a cyst on my tongue.
Wenzel
we
does
sent
have a cyst
the-
on his tongue.
Mauna, I can't speak.
Moana?
Moana Loa.
Oh, wait. That's actually
Island
different.
Classic assortment. There's like several different flavors in here, and they're like little cans. But he also sent a Hawaiian Host milk chocolate, Aloha Max, and Hawaiian Sun 70% cacao, dark chocolate whole macadamia.
Cacao?
So that's exciting.
I mean, is the macadamia nut just like Hawaii's like
I don't
nut?
know. I don't know. I have no idea why. I don't know why he sent
I kind of
that.
just hope it's just like something I would love to go to Target like here and be like, oh, here they are.
like he just bought them at home.
Yeah.
No, these are really good. Oh wow.
What kind are those? Is that the
Oh,
onion
wow.
kind?
Onion and garlic macadamia.
Ooh, there we go.
I was thinking I
There we go.
might be, oh god,
That's the good stuff.
allergic to them, and I'm glad that I'm not feeling
Well-
any tingling.
Well,
in the
here's
back
the
of my
thing: the ones you'd be allergic to are the last two we're probably gonna eat because, but I'm not. I don't know how. I don't know.
throat. Good ass nuts, boy.
You are letting Abby try some, right?
She doesn't want any.
Abby, eat our nuts.
Those are my favorite nuts.
Fine.
Those are
Yeah.
weird.
I love nuts.
She's
good.
pickier than
No,
I
they're
am.
good. I expected them to be more garlicky.
That's fine.
They're definitely more oniony.
Wow.
They're good ass, aren't they?
Yeah.
If I can get them out the damn box.
Yeah, they're definitely way more.
He said that the Kona coffee glazed are really, really good.
Really good.
And I think those are the ones I'm getting out now.
All right. I know we have that with the coffee glazed ones, and we have a milk chocolate one left.
Yeah. We're just making lots of noises and breathing heavy.
Yeah, breathing heavy, eating peanuts, as you do on a normal podcast.
Yeah.
This is a very normal podcast.
What?
You know what? We should set up a P.O. box.
Well,
Why not?
Like, you know.
If people want to go ahead and send
please
us...
send us peanuts. That's all we want. Nothing else. Everything else will be thrown away. Just send us peanuts.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck me.
money thrown away.
Are those coffee? Mm-hmm. Like, is it like a legit coffee taste or like?
Don't throw.
Toss the
It's
can.
legit.
Don't throw.
That onion and garlic is really good.
The onion and garlic is way stronger.
Yeah,
than I
it's
expected.
strong.
Like, it's a very oniony taste, and I did not expect that because usually when you see something with garlic, you're like, oh, garlic's gonna overpower that. Nope.
Come on, Abby, try a nut.
You'll probably like those.
Yeah.
If you like coffee, I don't know if you like coffee.
Starbucks.
Okay, these are really
These
good.
are really good nuts. What's that?
With milk chocolate.
These are really good. There hasn't been a bad kind yet. Not a
I've
bad
loved
kind.
all these nuts.
Do you like it?
I mean, milk chocolate.
Abby
These
said
just,
no.
these just look like milk duds.
They have the chocolate that's
Those are
kind of
just
around
good.
the-
Those are just good.
Or like around a chocolate raisin.
I don't know how those could be bad.
Wait, hold on. Are there whole nuts in this one, or just pieces of the nut?
Whole.
I don't know. I bit down and felt like there were just pieces of the nut.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh no, I'm going
We
to be
will be
destroying
eating
those
these
later.
throughout E3.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are real good.
Thank you, Brandon, for sending those in.
Yes, thank you,
a
Brandon.
whole lot.
Thank you,
Those
Brandon.
were very good.
And we will
Domo
be,
arigato.
We'll be eating the 70% and the Aloha Max post podcast.
Yes. But the onion, even though I ate a black coffee one and a milk chocolate one, still tastes that onion one.
The taste is gone for me.
The onion one was pretty prominent. So what was your favorite out of all of those?
Ooh, I want to go coffee. I think the coffee glaze is my favorite.
Garlic.
Honey roasted.
Honey roasted would be my second. What's yours favorite?
Mine? Fuck. It's a tie between the onion and the coffee.
That's
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm not usually a big coffee. Well, actually, I take it back. I really like the flavor of coffee, but I don't like coffee itself. But those are really, really good.
Yeah, those were good. So yeah, thank you again, Brandon. And I guess we're just gonna roll right on into. We're just talking about EA and Microsoft today because Bethesda was like, we're gonna make our presentation at 11 o'clock Central Standard Time for whatever reason, and then Devolver Digital is at midnight, which is very exciting. So I guess we can just talk about a few things from EA. Which, granted, the main thing I want to talk about from EA was showing at Microsoft, but we can hit that. I think the only real thing from EA that piqued our interest was probably Battlefront 2 and A Way Out. So we can just
Yeah.
A Way Out did look good.
we can talk about A Way Out first. I know Cody thought, or Cody, what did you think about A Way Out?
I think A Way Out was probably the most unique game that they showed so far. I haven't.
Somebody took a picture of Nathan Drake and took his nose and like made it longer. And
He
they're
does look like a.
and it was
weird-
like
Kind
a
of.
way out.
Kind of.
But I think that A Way Out looked good. I think it looked as good as you're gonna get from. It looks unique, and I think it's what games should be going towards is more unique and different gameplay.
Yeah, and I trust that team that made Brothers because Brothers was
Yeah.
high critically acclaimed stuff like that. So I trust that team to make a good game, and this game seems to have a bit of a higher budget than Brothers did. So and it seems to have the full blessing of EA apparently. So I'm really excited to see what they can pump out with it.
Yeah, there was a character with a really long nose if nobody knows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the way it looked, but I don't really know much about it to really say anything.
I mean, I like the fact that it's so funny now because it's like, guess what? We're bringing couch co-op back, and it's like that was just a common thing. Like not even that long ago. Like when I was, a young teenager, like it wasn't a thing long ago where every game just had couch co-op. That was just a thing, and now we've moved to online stuff, and now it's like, guess what? The ideal way to play this game, couch co-op, which I find very exciting.
Specifically with Xbox and PlayStation, they moved away from the couch co-op to the online stuff. But Nintendo seems to be like the only game company out there that stuck with couch co-op.
I just got a good idea. What if like one day when it comes out, what if we did a thing where like all four of us played it, where me and Colt like did it, and then we'd swap out with you guys, and then just mix and match.
Yeah, we can do that. I don't know. No, that sounds good. My only, I don't really have a critique about it. It's just some of the stuff and I understand that. I mean, it was probably alpha footage.
Yeah.
I understand. There was one scene in particular that looked incredibly janky to me. I don't know if you guys remember. It's when they were back to back and they were trying to climb up.
Yeah.
That didn't look that.
It
fun.
looked incredibly like tedious and janky, and I'm like, I don't know how I like that. Like, it could come across better in the game. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear that, AEA? You suck.
well, hold on. 'Cause
Battlefront.
We saw a lot of Battlefront 2 yesterday.
Yeah, that sucked too. I
And-
hate Star Wars.
Just calm down. You're lying.
Yeah, I know. I love Clone Troopers so much.
I mean, it looks so good. Like, it blows my mind that we can have a game that looks that good. I mean, I thought Battlefront 2 original PS2 looked really good, but now we have this. And it just looks, it looks like you're playing the movie. Cody, you said
Cody's
post-podcast
being a
for the
fucking
chocolate
bitch.
wars.
He's getting out the chocolate nuts, and I'm mad.
I'm so excited. You know what? Everybody get one.
All right, EA, take a second. I want chocolate nuts.
This is 70%.
Okay.
Okay.
It's 70% dark.
I know
Yeah,
it's,
it's going to
bitter
be
as
really bitter.
frick.
But anyways, as we're passing around chocolate, Cody, what'd you think about Battlefront? Because I
make
would say
loud
you
noises
probably,
for
you
everybody at home.
definitely know more about Star Wars than I do. So.
I felt that the fact that
It's fine.
well,
It's mine.
just in general, since Battlefront's inception, or at least the new versions of it, is that
Smells sweet. But it's not gonna be.
sorry, we're very focused on getting this chocolate out.
Well, you shouldn't have opened it.
Abby,
have
you're
done
going to
this.
try one.
Abby, you shouldn't try the
I
70%.
don't think she should.
Don't let her try the 70%. She can try the milk chocolate. Just- yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
okay,
you should-
no.
unless
She's
you
very.
like.
Abby, if you're picky,
Oh.
you don't want to go for the 70%.
Yeah, because I'm a little iffy on it.
That is very bitter
You're
dark
safe
chocolate.
for now.
I told y'all that.
I don't think Winslow will like it.
One's gonna throw
I'm
up.
really interested to see if you like it.
Did you shove it all in your mouth?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Pass that back to Cody. This is why you shouldn't send us food to eat on the podcast.
How dare you?
We're just going to eat the whole time.
Where's the trash can?
And here, there's not one.
You gotta swallow that shit.
But you shouldn't put the whole thing in your mouth.
I know, but I also forgot about the cyst on my tongue.
How? You've mentioned it twice on the podcast
know.
already.
Three
That was a
times.
dumb idea.
But anyways, back to Battlefront. I haven't even swallowed it yet.
Yeah.
Back
Oh,
to
that was
Battlefront. It looks incredible. I'm really glad that I already pre-ordered it because I don't really pre-order games that much anymore. But I'm really glad I made an exception for Battlefront 2. It looks fantastic.
I really like the story, the fact that they are actually doing it part of the canon,
Mm-hmm.
and that it explains some of the things that happen afterwards. Because I know there was a book or two that I think was it Aftermath, maybe.
I don't even know what books are canon anymore. So
Well, I don't know. I'm really excited for it. I think it looks good. I think that it being canon makes it even better, and it adds to anything that adds to the new EU. Is,
yeah, because it fills in the gap, or the story mode fills in the gap between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens, which I think is something the new established canon probably hasn't touched on that much yet.
Yeah, it has. It
Oh,
has
I don't know.
a book. That came
Oh
out.
yeah, there's a book that came out.
There's several. I think there's actually two books that touch on it. But either way, they. I do. I'm very glad that we need Jonathan here to explain this.
I know, Jonathan, the freaking Star Wars expert.
We'll probably have a Star Wars show in December, anyways.
Yeah, for the movie, for sure. But that was pretty much it from EA. They showed a lot of sports. I mean,
Who cares? The same
Yeah.
game every year.
I would say I'm the biggest sports guy here, and even I don't care about them. So, whatever.
this
but-
time with the story mode that looks mediocre at best.
But let's not go in chronological order for the Microsoft press conference. We can touch on everything. I want to talk about, and plus it kind of touches on the end of EA's. I want to talk about Anthem
Anthem looked beautiful.
because good lord, that game looks incredible. I realize that you shouldn't have heightened expectations. It can change a lot. It can be total bullshit. It comes out. It's Watch Dogs. I don't know. But I'm incredibly excited to play Anthem. I don't think it's coming 2018. I'm just going to lay that out there right
Nah, that's
now.
2019.
I think it's a 2019 title. Which,
What if it becomes one of those disappointments?
yeah, I know. That's what I'm scared of. Because it's
No Man's
funny
Sky
because
right there,
I think
boy.
all of us got the same vibe where we're like, this is like good Destiny. But there was a time where Destiny should have been good Destiny. So I'm like, what if this is just Destiny? And it's very terrifying because it looked incredible. The open world that they showed looked huge, and that's
And
coming.
beautiful.
That's
Yeah.
coming from somebody that played Breath of the Wild like recently. So I mean,
And it's being made by BioWare.
yeah, and it's BioWare, which I mean,
We can trust them.
outside of Andromeda, I mean,
Andromeda
Honestly, I think
was
this is where
not
they put
that
all their
bad.
effort. They put all their effort into this.
Because, I mean, it looks like, I mean, and plus you look at their last few games, I mean, they have Inquisition under their belt. They have, I mean, Mass Effect 2, which is arguably one of the greatest games of, you know, the 360 PS3 era. And then, you know, Mass Effect 3, which is, you know, people thought were okay. But, like, this game just looks like a totally different experience. It doesn't look like a Mass Effect. It doesn't look like a Dragon Age, obviously. Like, it looks like
Its own thing.
it looks like Anthem. And that's what I really like about it, even though we all said we had Destiny vibes from it. But I enjoy that there's going to be like 4-player co-op or more. And it seemed they teased that you could potentially run into other teams, like of players. So like if you were in a team of 4, it seems like they sort of teased that you could run into maybe another team of 4. Because they were talking about like worldwide or, you know, inside the game world events.
Yeah.
So it feels like they kind of want to go like the MMORPG spin on it, and they're like, okay, it's going to take 16 people to beat this, and like you meet up with different players in the world, and you're like, okay, now you have at it. So I kind of hope that's the case, because I mean, it looked incredible, and from the weapon arsenal that some of those characters had, like the one that had like the, I don't know, 15 or 20 just homing missiles come
Yeah.
out of his shoulder.
That was really
I'm
good.
like, that seems kind of OP, so surely there's probably going to be some, you know, really big enemies in this game. So I'm really excited for it, but I don't think it's coming out next year.
No.
Which is kind of sad that now they're like, this game's coming out then. You're like, I don't think so. We just heard about it. I don't know. I'd be very surprised if it came out in 2018.
I will say this, though. They are definitely making me want to buy an Xbox One.
But do you want to buy an Xbox One X?
Uh,
Or do you want to go cheaper and buy the S?
honestly, I don't need the X or the 4K,
Exactly.
Yeah.
so I'd get the S.
Yeah, so I mean that's kind of the thing I've been seeing. I mean, granted, the press conference has been over for an hour now, but like I'm seeing a bunch of people like, okay, I'm kind of down for an Xbox One, but not an X. I don't
Yeah.
need that. And coming out for $500, it kind of seems.
I think this is actually going to push people to buy the One S more than it will be to push the X.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like your hardcore of the hardcore is going to buy the X. I feel like your casuals, and here's the thing, Anthem, which is the game we've been talking about so far, cross-platform, like which I find very interesting that Microsoft ended their game on a cross-platform note, because we were all like, we're getting this on PlayStation.
Speaking of Xbox One X, if you recall last
Oh,
week's
I was about to
episode,
mention this.
recall last week's episode, we were thinking, what do you think the name's gonna be? What'd I say, everybody?
Xbox One X. Cody, you got it.
Yeah.
I was
What do I
gonna-
win?
My good, you've been eating
got-
macadamia nuts over there for 15 minutes.
Shut the
That's your prize. No, but it's one of those things with Microsoft. Is like, I feel like they're just trying to catch up at this point, because I
Yeah.
mean they are. I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head, but they're significantly behind Sony.
But here's the real highlight of the entire thing. We got a release date for Cuphead.
Yeah.
September 29th.
That's actually
Oh,
sooner than I
23rd.
thought it'd be.
What?
I thought it was 23rd.
No, it's 29th.
Yeah.
Which is sooner than I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be holiday, or they were going to push it back to 2018.
I'm pumped.
I'm really excited because Cuphead was one of those games that I got an Xbox One originally for, just because I was like, this game looks awesome. Like,
Yeah.
it's literally, you know, classic Disney. Just you get to play it. It looks incredible. So I'm really excited to finally play Cuphead. But because it's been, I think they revealed it like 3 years ago at Gamescom. So it's literally going to be like out there for 3 years before you finally, you know, it finally launches. You get to play it. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and so it's also going to be on the Windows platform.
Yeah, it's
Well-
on PC.
It's going to be on Steam.
Oh, so
Yeah.
but if I got like an Xbox One S, does that mean I could play like with Colt if he was playing on Steam or Windows?
No,
Oh,
I don't think so.
I think you could play with Colt if he was playing on Windows. I don't know if you could play with him if he's playing on Steam.
because
It's one of those weird things.
Crap on.
And that's one thing about the Microsoft press conference, that there's so many convoluted terms that they keep throwing out there. It's like console launch exclusive. It's like,
Yeah.
like I get it when they say Xbox exclusive. That makes sense, sure. But when they say like console launch exclusive or console, or you know, like first on Xbox, which you kind of captured that, but like, is it first on Xbox? Does that only apply to consoles, or does that mean first on Xbox means it comes out on Xbox before PCs? I don't know.
So I look.
Go ahead, sorry. I was just gonna say, hey Tanner, you want to play Cuphead?
Yes, we'll play Cuphead Winslow.
Yeah.
So I was looking up 6 days ago. Business Insider did a little piece on the sales numbers between Xbox and PS4, like a comparison.
Yeah.
and I'm trying to look. Sorry, the PlayStation 4 is just shy of reaching 60 million consoles sold, while the Xbox One reported in January that it sold 26 million.
Yeah, bit behind.
Oh,
and they
wow.
literally
Yeah.
came out within 6 days of each other. So, I mean, they came out the same week.
I thought Xbox came out like a month before.
No, I'm pretty sure they both came out in November.
Oh.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they both came out in November. So, it's just one of those things like Sony. And granted, there's factors. I would like to see sales in US versus sales in US. Because obviously Sony's dominating.
Sales in US versus sales in US.
Yeah, Microsoft sales in US or Xbox sales in US versus Sony sales in US.
Wow.
Okay.
But because I mean, obviously, Sony's dominating in Asia. So and like I don't even know if the Xbox One is available in like all of the Asian territories. Like
Yeah,
I don't.
When's my PlayStation?
I don't
4
know if it's
coming
available
to,
in, like,
North
China.
Korea, even though you were talking about Xbox.
No, it's one of those things where like they're trying to catch up, and this I think this will do it because I think for this week only you can get an Xbox One S for $250, which is it's
Not
a
bad.
really good price.
I don't think
point.
it's this week only because I've been looking online at like different consoles and things like that. and
Well,
it's-
I do. Yeah,
They've
I do.
been $250 with a bundled game.
Oh well, maybe. So, cause I do know they mentioned something. They were like starting this week. So they might have meant permanent price cut. But I mean, a lot of people are probably going to jump on the S. But like, your investment into this Xbox One X is obviously high because there's so much in it. And like, I don't understand the terms like when they say 6 teraflops. I don't know what that means. I don't even know if it's just buzzwords. I've never heard of teraflops until the Scorpio. And then they're like 326, gigabytes per second. In what perspective? What does that mean? I have no idea.
It means that it's the speed of data which goes into the speed of data basically.
So it just makes faster load times,
It's
essentially?
like, yeah, it means faster load times. It means the fact that more data can be sent in a single moment.
Yeah.
Which means that you get high resolution graphics because they're able to push out more at the same speeds and things like that. Speaking on the same little note, you said you want to look at U.S. sales.
Yeah.
And as of The Verge did something back in October 14 of 2016. This is the most recent thing I could find in this little sitting. And Microsoft sold 19 million Xbox Ones as that January of 2016, and so Microsoft had reached 29 million Xbox One sales in the U.S. compared to 52 million overall, or not U.S. but hold on, give me 1 second, keep going.
Okay. Anyways.
Okay.
It's just one of those things, and their strategy is so weird. It's like, because is this thing a PC hybrid? Essentially, it is.
I don't think so.
I think one thing I'm surprised about is how small it is. I expected it to
Yeah.
be as big as the OG Xbox One, and this thing is smaller than the S, which really blew my mind.
It's a unholy, what do you call it, offspring.
Kind of, yeah, because it's
I
just
wasn't being serious, but yeah.
well, no, when you think about it, because they're kind of like, we're not going to mention that it's our cheap alternative to like we want you on the console market, but it's kind of a computer. So
Yeah.
I don't know, it's so weird. And then I mean, I thought the software they showed looked pretty good for the most part. Even some of their exclusives, like we saw Metro. I know Colt
I
was
love
really
Metro. I was really
Yeah.
excited seeing that.
no, I've never played Metro. I don't know. I thought it looked cool. So
It was really great.
then I mean they showed a lot of games. I mean they showed like 40 something games.
Yeah.
And like a lot of them look good, and even the cross-platform ones, or if you take out the cross-platform ones, it's like, okay, they still have these, and they're pushing this, detail. They're like, hey, but this game is gonna look better on the Xbox One X, so like maybe buy that. And there's people out there that like, it's like I want to play my games in the best quality possible. I want to play in 4K. I want to play 60 frames per second.
The one thing that gets me about the systems currently is that we're looking at 8 gigabytes of RAM in the PS4 Pro versus 12 gigs in the Xbox One X. Right?
Okay.
And that's where you can get the major speed boost from. And they released a full release date for it.
Yes, November 7th.
Yeah, November 7th. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm behind.
Well, they said that at the end of the conference, which was weird. And then, so the one game I guess they're gonna push with the Xbox One X is Crackdown 3.
Oh yeah.
Crackdown did not look that good. It looks like
really
the
didn't.
tame version of Crackdown 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Like it was like, ugh, that doesn't even look like as good as the first and second
Poor
one.
Terry Crews.
Yeah, and Terry Crews just pulled in. We thought I was
Let's
getting,
just get ready for Doomfist
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I thought we were getting ready for Doomfist,
Doomfist.
and then it's like, here you go. Here's, I mean, I didn't think they were going to show Doomfist at the Microsoft
Do you think
Direct.
they'd show it at Sony?
Wait, was that Terry Crews' announcement thing?
I don't know. No, because, well, who knows? Probably, to be honest.
Mm.
But it's just one of those weird, like, it did not look good for a game to be that hyped up. Oh, excuse me. And I remember when they teased it a few years ago, they were like, hey, this is going to be the thing. I'm pretty sure we saw, like, at least still images of it. It was like, this game looks really good. And then they showed it. It looked like
Like a weird Saints Row 4.
yeah, kind of, but, like, didn't look fun.
Yeah, it didn't really look that good.
Like, I'm trying to compare it to something, 'cause I don't want to be too harsh, because obviously it could still play, fantastically. But it's kind of like last year when Nintendo was like, or 2 years ago when they were like, hey, here's this new Metro title, Federation Force. I kind of felt like that with Crackdown 3, because I'm like, it looked cartoony, it just looked...
Which Crackdown always looked cartoony, but
Yeah,
that's
but...
not a problem.
Yeah, no, that's not the
but
problem
this-
with me, but this looks too cartoony. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like this looks worse than Crackdown 2, which came
There's
out like
no
8 years ago.
details at all.
it just looks
looks
boring.
Yes.
And, after that intro that Terry Crews gave, he's fired up,
Terry Crews got me hyped. I was
Yeah.
ready to see some cool
Yeah, I was like, show me
destruction.
some cool stuff. And then they just showed, like, players going, like, vertical jumps.
Oh, we
Bouncy.
can jump,
Horizontal.
and run and fly, sort of.
Shoot.
Yeah, it was a very tame. And it comes out in November. So it's like,
I
where
thought
else are
that
they
could
going to
have been
show us
alpha.
stuff?
I thought that was alpha.
Yeah, I mean, they could have literally said 2018. I'd been like, oh, yeah, it looks like it. But now it's like November. It's like, oh, God. Because, like, there's...
The game is ready.
Yeah, I'm like, the game is, I mean, probably close to closing out a beta if I had to imagine. And it's like, they have one really big event left to show it at, which is Gamescom in August. But, like, whew, I don't know.
They got to do something big with that
They
game.
got to do something with it. Like, it did...
I don't think nothing's gonna happen. I think it's just gonna be a disappointment.
Yeah, it's
And which is
probably
really
what it is.
disappointing because, the people that love Crackdown, like, love Crackdown. Like, I mean...
They're hoping so much.
Yeah, and, like, it's just one of those things. It's just like...
But
take it behind the barn.
yeah,
Yeah.
take about the bard.
Yeah, and just old yeller it. I don't know. I'm not even a big Crackdown guy, and I was just like,
It looks
Yeah.
very empty. It looked like a shitty Tron.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a
Yeah.
really good way to describe it.
Yeah.
It looked like a really shitty Tron, the new Tron.
Okay, the new
Wait.
Tron was very good.
Yeah,
Neutron
Tanner,
was
shut your
really
mouth.
bad.
It looked
You
like
know-
shitty Tron.
Fuck you.
You
You
know
are
nothing about
garbage.
Tron.
Okay,
Do you
everybody
not
calm down.
remember?
Do you not like the
everything
soundtrack?
from Heart?
Tanner.
Okay, hold on,
That
hold
was
on,
a
hold
Tron
on,
world.
hold on.
And Kingdom Hearts.
Speaking of the soundtrack, the M83 thing that they did with Daft Punk or whatever, or
Yeah.
the M83, you know what
Daft
I mean?
Punk
83
did the
did a
whole
song.
soundtrack. for
I know,
Tron.
but the M83.
No, I mean Daft Punk. Continue.
Oh, the M83 is on one of those tracks. You know that
Yes.
song where they go like,
no,
it's
that
on-
was an M83
D-Res.
remix.
yeah.
Wait, what?
That's bad.
It's the.
I don't know what song it is, but it's bad.
And what?
And
I'm
Tron.
No, it's
Oh.
not.
No,
Yeah, the
I'm gonna beat your
the
ass.
M83 song that goes like, that song is bad.
That song is
I love
reconfigured,
that
And
song.
it's amazing.
No, not that good of a song.
Just be,
That's
you know,
the fall.
You know what, Tanner? You're off the podcast.
No, well, hold
This is
on.
our podcast.
I don't think Tanner remembers the song.
Hey,
I
Abby,
do remember the
you
song.
want-
I remember
Abby,
the
you want a spot?
the no part.
She gave the thumbs up.
That's fine. It's my house
I
though,
don't
so
think, we gotta play that for Tanner after the podcast because I don't.
I
think-
remember what it
Open
sounds
that
like.
tab. Just having a
I've got it
tab.
open right now.
Okay.
I mean, it's just not a good song. But we're not talking about Tron. This isn't the Tron cast.
Speaking of songs, was it during the Minecraft trailer or preview, whatever? They played Justice.
Oh, that's
Wait,
true.
did they?
Yeah, that was Justice playing.
I didn't even.
It sounds so good.
Oh, that's one interesting thing that they showed at the Microsoft conference was that Minecraft can now be played together across
Yeah.
all platforms, which is
Switch?
arguably something that should have happened a few
was
years
on
ago.
there.
But I don't know. It's really exciting, and yeah, and they clearly showed the Switch, so it's like you can play Switch with Xbox One, with PS4, with PC, with phones, with Windows 7, which is weird that they're showing Windows 7 stuff as part of PC. I don't know.
Windows 7?
Or Windows 10, excuse me.
Yeah,
I'm
Windows-
still on Windows 7 time.
I have my mic turned down.
Windows 7 is the superior.
I'm turning down my mic
Is it-
because heavy breathing.
Those macadamia nuts.
Good. I might.
Cody's
my throat-
actually allergic to macadamia nuts.
my throat's actually closing up.
Oh, well, okay. Well,
We might have somebody die on the podcast.
that would be probably really good for clicks when you think about
Yeah.
it.
R.I.P.
Yeah, we just call it the Ripcast. But no, so I thought that was interesting. But then again, it's like, it's Minecraft. Like, this game's been out for, it's like Microsoft Skyrim at this point. We talked about last week. We were like, Skyrim's available on all these platforms and like all that stuff. And like, you know, we're probably gonna get a VR version, and then, you know, the Switch version's coming. It's like all these things, and you're just
Ouya.
yeah, a
Oh,
Ouya
calm down.
version,
I
and
don't
it's
want
just
that.
like kind of seems like that's what they're doing with Minecraft now. Like Minecraft is Skyrim when you think about it.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Skyrim with guns.
Yeah, Skyrim with guns with pickaxes. Yep.
But something I kind of have hope for is Assassin's Creed Origins.
Assassin's Creed Origins looks pretty
It,
good.
it looked pretty cool. I'm surprised they gave us like an in-depth gameplay demo at Microsoft, considering
Yeah.
Ubisoft is tomorrow.
And it was just
afternoon.
alpha too. So.
Yeah, and it was alpha, which I couldn't even see on the screen until it was pointed out to me. 'Cause I was like, "Oh, that does not look good." Like
Okay.
the combat, I was like, "That's very janky." But then it was like, "Oh, it's alpha." I'm like, "Oh, okay." But then it's like
Yeah.
it comes out in October. I'm like, "Why are you showing alpha footage?"
A guy I follow on Twitter, he said that the Eagles Vision thing is in Far Cry Primal.
Oh.
What's in
Oh,
prior
yeah.
Assassin's Creeds? Is it not?
No,
What?
Were there not birds?
there were birds because like the bird is a symbol of.
Does every Assassin's Creed have a playable bird?
No.
Every bird is playable in Assassin's Creed at Primal.
See,
I don't know.
hold on.
Wow. Hold up.
See, I feel like if Microsoft started their conference with every bird you see today will be a playable character by the end of the year, I lose
Hell
my shit.
yeah.
I'm losing
Well,
it.
dude,
That's it. I'm sold.
Remember that one game they showed off where you could play as a bird last year? Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was that called?
Wait, was that Microsoft or was that
That
Sony?
was Sony.
I don't
It
remember.
was like a VR game, I think.
Yeah, wasn't it a VR game with a bird?
was
I don't know. I don't
some-
keep up with
I
VR
spent
news.
way too much time on it.
That was dumb.
That was dumb. But here's the thing: you give me a bird in a AAA game, a bird with a gun, maybe.
Hell yeah, give me a bird with a minigun.
Imagine a bird with a minigun, but in Assassin's Creed Origin, where they're in ancient Egypt,
Guns weren't invented.
and
yet
also there's Forza.
in Forza randomly.
Yeah, they spent a long time on Forza 7. Like, I
Yeah.
understand that's one of their tent poles, but they spent a long time on that game, like 15 minutes of an hour and 45-minute press conference.
I feel the same thing about that game with Madden games. They all look the same.
Yeah. Okay, so wrapping up with the Microsoft talk, what is your grade for the Microsoft press conference? Grade A, B, C, D, E, or not E, D, F.
Oh, I give it a B.
A B?
I give it B minus.
B minus? What about you?
B minus.
I'm also going B minus. So, I mean, software-wise, probably the best press conference they've had in a few years.
It just they showed some cool games.
Lingo-wise.
but most of the time there were games I was like, I don't really care.
See, this is the problem I have with the system, the Xbox One X. This is a big problem with me. For me, is the fact that there's no use in getting the One X unless you want 4K, and it's 4K. Is 4K really worth $500?
Yeah, and that's also assuming you already have a 4K
And
TV.
like, enhancements, but what are those enhancements?
Yeah.
Tell us what those enhancements are. Don't just say.
Enhancements.
Well, it's at the bottom of the
Enhancements.
screen in those little things. Enhancements.
Enhance.
What does it even mean?
Xbox One X enhancements. Also, as
Enhance.
pointed out on Twitter, that Xbox One X is literally the acronym for Xbox.
But the thing is, though, is that right, we get it. You get 4K gameplay for Xbox, cool, but you get nothing else.
Yeah.
You really get nothing else.
Yeah.
If there were Xbox One X exclusives, done.
Well, then, I mean, but then at that point, you're diving into the territory of like, that's kind of a different console altogether. Then why would you even slap the Xbox One branding on it?
I don't know.
Which
but
is,
there's
I
nothing-
think it's very confusing that they currently have 3 Xbox Ones on the market.
if they push more MMOs, maybe I can see it, understand it, because you need more things on the screen.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, you know,
It's like they're like 12 gigs better than 8 of RAM.
it's like everybody knows what RAM is, right? RAM boys, let me hear it.
Woo.
And you hear like 2 woo in the crowd, and it's just like,
It's like they did these specs only to reach out to the PC market.
yeah. And then like, why would the PC market get a $500 console when they have, I mean, most of the time $800-900 computers that can run probably the next 3-4 years worth of games and very, high definition 4K and all that. Doesn't make much sense. But anyways, there's one other thing E3 related I want to press on. Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer.
Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. Oh my goodness, let me tell you something. I love Kingdom Hearts, and that was the best
It's
thing
not
that's ever
coming out
happened
in
in my life.
vaporware.
Shut up! They showed a trailer. You can't even say it's vaporware. The game is real. They're showing a new world and another new trailer at D23 next month. My God. And I get that it's like, oh, they just showed Mount Olympus or Olympus again. Like, who cares? It looks awesome.
It still looks amazing.
It looks amazing. Very excited for it. Very excited to play as the Goof Troop.
and it
as
sounded
my
like
boy
James
Donald.
Wood was speaking in Japanese.
Yeah, it really did sound like Hades was voiced by James Woods, but he was speaking Japanese. And I don't know if that's the case, but it literally sounded like James Wood speaking Japanese.
I would love that. Even though I've never played Kingdom Hearts, I actually liked how this looked.
Yeah, I mean, it looks fun. And what I find interesting is that it's coming out on Xbox One, which is weird
Yeah.
because no other Kingdom Hearts is on Xbox One. Not even the 1.5, 2.5 collection, not 2.8, nothing.
Nothing at all.
Which is, I don't know, I find odd. So, like, I'm like, what is PlayStation going to get over Xbox in this case? Or are they just going to get the same versions? I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't
looking
know.
at me?
Well, okay, Cole.
Oh,
It's going to be interesting. Wenzel, it's going to be interesting. Cody, it's going to be interesting.
Wow, that's stupid.
I don't know. So far, I think
I'm just
E3
kidding.
has been. I think E3's been.
Been a good
Okay.
E3,
That's okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have
Advertising.
we have what Bethesda and Devolver.
We have Bethesda tonight at 11. Devolver, or yesterday at this point, we have Bethesda. We got Devolver still. We got Ubisoft. We got Sony. We got Nintendo. So we still got a shitload of stuff to watch. So, but I mean, so far, I would say the EA conference was passable, and I would say the Microsoft conference was actually really good.
Wait, what would you rate EA's conference?
Ooh,
D.
I would give EA's probably a C.
I would give it a C plus.
What would you give EA's?
Sports.
It is sports, so that's all the letters covered. But I think that's gonna do us for this week. I mean, unless anybody else has any thoughts or concerns.
Weekly Obsession. I like this group
Is this a
called
bit?
Throwback.
Weekly Obsession. I like this group called Oh Wonder, and they're coming to Alabama.
Hold on, you
Oh
did
my
not even know
God,
who they
what the
were on
fuck?
Wednesday, Wenzel.
That was really
You
loud.
just broke our machine. Yeah, so we did go to. We did several things this week.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting we went to the
Terrence's
Glass
like,
Animals.
let's end this podcast.
Well, no, I keep forgetting that we went that Glass Animals was this week. I've been with Colt for 4 days. I've lost all sense of time.
So we actually went to a Glass Animals concert, which if you don't know them, you need to look them up. Glass Animals, they're great. The concert was great.
In my favorite venue.
Favorite venue, Iron City in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Great venue if you can go.
I ripped the flower out of a girl's hand.
Colt did
Yeah,
steal a
they-
Glass Animal flower. Well,
It
not
was-
steal, they threw it to the
It was
crowd.
the main singer, David Blaney, is it?
Dave
David
Ba-
Baggy.
Dave Bailey. Jesus
Dave
Christ.
Bailey.
I was making fun of
He
Cody.
stole
great.
Oh Wonder from us. Let
So-
us have this.
Yeah, Gaggy.
And the whole idea of Oh Wonder, Oh Wonder, we were talking about concerts are coming up in the future, and Oh Wonder is actually coming back to Birmingham in October, which we plan on going. And the tickets actually went on sale yesterday or 2 days ago.
Oh yeah,
But-
today's Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah. It is Sunday.
Wow, that's exciting.
But another thing we did was we ate at a place called Hattie B's.
Oh,
Hot Chicken.
shit, we have to talk about Hattie B's.
Yeah.
My
We wanted to end
God.
it so soon.
I've-
Oh my god.
I've lost all sense of time. I was thinking this was years ago. It was Wednesday.
Hattie B's hot chicken. Some of the best hot chicken.
I mean,
best
it's
chicken.
the
I've never had
best.
hot chicken.
Really
yeah,
good.
I don't think any of us here had ever had hot chicken, but oh, good lord, it was so good.
It was delicious, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
Very good.
yeah.
It was amazing.
and it's authentic hot chicken. Like a lot of people's like, oh, they just have a hot chicken place down there. They have 3 locations. 2 of them are in Nashville. That's where hot chicken started. This is as authentic as you can get
Right.
outside of being in Nashville wearing a hot chicken shirt.
I mean, I would like to go to a grimy little shack. You know, like I think it's called Prince's. The
Oh, yeah, the-
originator.
Yeah,
I'd love to go to like a grimy little shack and get me some hot chicken, but
absolutely.
I'm not in Nashville,
Yeah.
so
And Birmingham's way closer.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, it was really, really, really good. Great service, great peach cobbler, relatively cheap prices.
Good coleslaw.
Second best banana pudding I've
This
ever
week's
eaten.
podcast is sponsored by.
Literally the second best banana pudding I've ever had. I would consider myself a coleslaw connoisseur. Very top tier coleslaw in my opinion. Colt's right there with me.
really
Y'all
like
had macaroni and cheese with like pimento in it.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
pimento peppers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
Really, really good.
I'm not a big fan of pimento. Ever since
Wow, you suck.
the pimento cheese incident,
Yeah.
I'm just not a big fan of anything.
cheese incident of 2002.
Well, it wasn't that long. Pimento cheese didn't even exist in
It was
2002.
too gruesome.
Okay, first
It's
of
too
all-
gruesome to describe.
I mean, yeah, it was so. I mean, everything, and it was super cheap. Like it cost me $13, and I got a bunch of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Just for future, let's do a summer preview of what we're doing.
Okay, summer preview. Let's do it.
Until July.
Okay.
Well, actually until August.
Okay.
So what do we got coming up in June?
In June.
We got one more. Tanner.
What do we have in June?
Feastival.
Oh God! Somebody's got to give me a calendar. Okay, we got.
We do. We have one.
Well,
It's on your
It's
phone.
on my phone. Calm
we
down.
have a calendar.
So we're doing this whole get together thing called Feastival. We're going to be talking about it on the podcast. Where essentially it's 1980 medieval beach theme. So God, it sounds ridiculous every time I say it, but I love it. And we're just going to be talking about that on the podcast. It's going to be fun. We all get to do, we're all making foods and drinks and desserts. It's going to be a grand old time. And then coming up in July, we are going on a food trip. We're going on, I think we're stopping at 10 places. 10 places across all of Alabama. We are taking our podcast equipment with us. We will be doing a podcast essentially on the road all across the state of Alabama, talking about, all the places we're going to, things like that. It's going to be really exciting. We're actually going to do the French fry episode towards the end of July. Yeah, well, soon, as in the end of July, where we're going to be the definitive factor. There's no more of this bullshit. It's like waffle fries are the best. No, I want scientific evidence. I want it in front of me. Are waffle fries the best? And that's what we're going to be testing. That's going to be at the end of July. And then the first week of August, we will be recording a podcast at the Scenic City Invitational.
Hell
in
yeah.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. We're going to have, I'm just going to tease this. We're going to have special guests. I'm not going to tease who the special guests are, but just know that you will like said special guest.
Yeah.
So,
We've got a lot coming up.
yeah, it's...
We actually sat down on Friday night at like 1 a.m. after swimming in the pool
freezing.
and basically got a 1 year.
Yeah, we're just like, here's all the things we're doing in like a year.
So
that's what we're doing.
we got lots of ideas that we're going to expand on as we go along.
Yeah.
And we're very thankful for all of our listeners that we've gotten so far.
Yes.
I know we probably got a lot of listeners last week due to E3
E3,
pre-show and stuff like that. So
Thank you if
welcome.
you stuck around.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think with that, we can just outro out. First off, I would like to say, if you enjoy this podcast, like us on SoundCloud. Follow us on SoundCloud if you want, because apparently that's a thing. On iTunes, please subscribe and leave a rating. Maybe leave a comment. Be like, hey, these guys are funny. Or, hey, these guys are awful. Or, hey, Tanner's the best guy on this podcast. I don't care what you leave. But, do that. And, if you listen to us on Google Play, thank you. Do your subscription rating services on there as well. And as always, I have been Tanner. You can follow me on Twitter at Tanner1495.
And I'm Colt. Thank you for listening as well. I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you because I appreciate everyone that's listened. You can
Is
find
that a tear?
Yes, I'm crying right now. No, you can find me on Twitter at ColtD88. Sorry for not talking that much this episode. I took some medicine to counteract some nuts I was eating earlier, and I am almost out of it.
Oh, I totally forgot about us doing the podcast whenever he was like, hey, can I have some nuts so I don't have an allergic reaction?
What medicine did you take?
Benadryl.
Cough drips.
Benadryl knocks me out.
Cough trips?
I'm sorry.
Gosh.
Benadryl knocks me out. I'd be asleep if I took a Benadryl right
Colt's struggling for the next 7 hours.
7.
Colt on drugs.
Good luck,
There's
Colt.
something on my tongue.
You want to do your plugs?
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Follow my cyst on Twitter at Wenzel Cyst.
Yeah, thank you to everybody. This it really does mean a lot. This is a very creative project that I have a lot of hope for.
Yeah.
So follow me at Wenzy Wilkie. That's capital WENZY, capital WILKEY on Twitter. Thank you.
Well, my name's Cody, and catch me here as producer.
Yep, Ground Beef Cody over there. And see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.